going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for episode 10 of our Madden 25 Pink Slips franchise, where you guys are going to know the spoilers before I do, because today's episode is going to be our playoff run. We start in the wildcard round against the Minnesota Vikings, who probably give us our most depressing defeat from last season. I don't want to rehash it. There might have been a last-second score by Minnesota, and then the final play of the game, I hit a Hail Mary bomb and may or may not have stepped out of bounds before crossing the, probably one of the worst losses I've ever had. Double it to the fact that I wanted Percy Harvin from the Vikings. And really badly I wanted him. And he got away. So we have a second chance here to swing for the fences, to beat the Vikings in the playoff, go on a playoff run, and more importantly, finally get Percy Harvin. However, if this is not going to be a Cinderella playoff run episode, where we have a couple playoff games, we are going to go into the offseason and go into the 2013 NFL Draft, which will probably be the thumbnail and the title and all that stuff. I don't know what is going to happen quite yet. That is why this is the beginning of the video, and hopefully we go on a couple game playoff run because, you know, there is a chance. I don't want this to become redundant clickbait, but there's a chance from here on out that it's the final year of Tom Brady, and we do not have a successor in place on the roster. So we need to almost treat every single game from here on out as potentially the last of Tom Brady's career as the owner-player of the Vegas Raiders right now. I'm not quite ready. I want at least one more year out of him, if I'm going to be honest. If I could have my way, give me another season of Tom Brady. Give me another year of magic. But we still have the fallout from the last episode that we need to get to before we can focus on this Vikings game. We defeated the Commanders 35-3. We had a 5-star wheel spin. It ended up being a plus 20 upgrade, and you guys overwhelmingly voted on the direction we need to go with that upgrade. You guys wanted me to spend all 20 of our upgrade points sending Cameron Bradfield, our 71 normal dev right tackle, to steal away Trent Williams. He's only in year 2 of a Hall of Fame career, 91 superstar offensive tackle. Honestly, I don't think we're going to worry about it for the playoff run, but he certainly enters the debate of whether or not he's going to be worth a captain spot so that we avoid him getting poached. But our offensive line has been shaky to kind of end the regular season. The most pressure and most grass stains on Tom Brady's jersey we probably had all series long. So the addition of Trent Williams on this offensive line is going to be gigantic. We honestly could not have asked for a better upgrade. And he looks good in the silver and black. Our opening game against the Vikings on hopefully a long and beautiful playoff run. They got Adrian Peterson. They have the man that I want more than any player probably right now, outside of maybe stealing away Tebow from the Broncos and making him tighter and having some fun with that. It would be Percy Harvin, one of my favorite Florida Gators of all time. For those of you that don't know, I am a Florida Gators fan. That would be absolutely epic. We have TJ Lang, who they stole from us from that win. That'd be cool to maybe get him back at some point. Put him back on the roster. Danny Amendola, you know, one of Brady's guys. That could be a fun kind of reunite him. There's a lot of very interesting upgrades, but for me, it's the interesting one could always potentially be, if we get a big enough win, RG3 was their starter quarterback the last time we played them. Is he a guy that we should kind of sit if we could find a way to win him and make the points match up? It'd likely have to be Terrell Pryor, who's our current backup too. So that, he's like 67, 68. So if RG3's a 75, that's not that big of a star rating. We can find a way to make that happen. Does RG3 just sit on our bench and be our successor to Tom Brady? You know what I'm saying? Like, there is plenty of options here if we can handle our business against the Vikings in maybe the ultimate revenge game of the season. Did just get a new mock draft just for shits and giggles. Who do they have us expected to take in this draft? Could I live with that? I absolutely could live with the Honey Badger coming to the Vegas Raiders. I'll tell you right now, though, if Lane Johnson is somehow falling this far in the draft, which makes no sense, because I guarantee he's a top 5 talent in this class, we will be getting Lane Johnson. Promise. Now, this is an interesting dynamic. I did not think year 2, as Percy Harvin's right there, of the Vegas Raiders, going from the worst team in the league, we would host a home playoff game year 2. But when you have Tom Brady as your quarterback, nothing is impossible. And let's see him put on classic playoff Tom Brady. Let's be methodical. Let's limit the amount of time we have to deal with RG3, Percy Harvin, and Adrian Peterson. Methodical offense is going to be our best defense. Here we go, Lawman. Whoa, making some guys miss. Hell of an opening drive. Oh no, a little worried. We got Taiwan Jones to back up in. Only other roster can see is like 96 speed. Gives us a little bit of juice there. Big time run, but we do not want it. That is asking for a fumble. This is what we want. C4 special on the 4. Get your blocks, fellas. Get your blocks. What an opening drive by the Vegas Raiders. Oh, no. There's Percy Harvin. Oh, there's Percy Harvin again. The Vikings are doing their best to cancel our dominating drive. They have consumed most of the second quarter here. Third down after third down and a little slant cheese giving us a taste of our own medicine. 19-yard, I don't know who that is. Ted Ginn, oh my God, they got a lot of speed at wide receiver. Tom Brady has his X Factor enabled, so we can get a little risque with some passes here ahead of the 2-minute warning. See if we can force this one in. Boom, X, middle of the field. It is Demaryius Thomas, terrible angle by 38. We need to score here because they get the ball to start the second half. Get most of that yardage back going to exciting White. Mariani. I love this play to get it Justin to force set out the backfield. Boom, boom. It's kind of watched up there. No, dude. You go to force set or you throw it away. To me, you had to go to the running back. Even if it's covered. If Forsett wasn't there, you throw it away. Fuck. Oh my God. I was gonna say a win, a way to get a win right now. Was to hold them for the field goal. Okay, that's a hold. And then what do we got here? Oh, you just... Okay, so we got... Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Call me old-fashioned here. This is the time we get our get-back on a Hail Mary. Tied up, baby. 3rd and 4, the opening drive of the second half of the Vikings, and we can force a 3-0 with how we ended the first half. All momentum with the Raiders. But we have not been able to get off any blocks, and that is unacceptable. The Levante David did not get an interception there. But 3-0. We get a 3rd down of our own. Do not want to stall this one out. If we get enough time, I might test Thomas. They just don't have a lot of speed at corner. That's that one. I thought for 1 second that I should take the deep ball, and if we take the easy underneath, we're still laughing. My God, Adrian Peterson. Dude, he's just... I don't know why they're trying to throw the football. Just run with him every time. I do not have an answer. Oh my God. Then Toby Gerhardt just runs my guy over. Sick. I mean... Yep. All right, cool. Well, probably like the Great C, and then I think that's the second time this game that I had literally 3 of my guys football follies themselves into one another. Jesus Christ. Christ, man. Stop cheating, Madden, please. To Mariani. Boom. Love to get it to Mariani. Go! That's what we needed, baby. Answer the bell every time. And we're going to go to this money play that has been very good for us to get Jordan Cameron involved. Dwayne Bowes also. Found some money. Oh, yeah, man. Let's go. That's how you answer right there. Tom Brady putting the team on his back. There we go. Suck on that. Levante David. I could have a better chance to get off the field than this. Do not let him scramble. Don't let someone be wide open. Make him earn it. That's all I want. There you go. What are they going to do? They're going to punt it? Hell yeah, baby. You can't even hit the Mariani pass? I don't think we missed that all season long if he's been open. 3rd and 10. I'm going to go to a play that's been... If it hits, it's almost always good for 15. Rarely doesn't hit. We need the defense to cooperate, but the screen pass to Forsett, there's a reason why he has 500 yards receiving this year. Our two money guys. Forsett and Mariani, in the biggest drive of the season, let us down for the first fucking time all year. The great receiving back known as Adrian Peterson, who got like 5 catches a year. Come on, man. No, not like this again. There's no way. One more sack. One more sack. Let's get to overtime. Let's get stonewalled. Throws on the run. Wide open. Okay. Breaks another tackle. Okay. Can't give you any more of the open in the middle of the field. Give it to him. Let him score. Let him score. We got a chance. Good job! Thank you for listening. To repeat and make amends on history, this could be the final game of Tom Brady's career, and we get the perfect look. Oh, baby. O-line, give me a chance. Do we go for 2? I think we go for 2. I think we win it right now. Don't want to deal with anything. Slants. Thomas. X Factor Thomas. Got to go to him. Did we even block anybody on that play? Nauseating. Onside. The end. I don't think I can cut that guy. I might fucking cut him. Just sold out the whole seat. Fucking chop block in the red zone. So looking at the scoring, just get this over with. They won the game, which is worth 1 star. Looking at their player performances, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns for RG3. So that gives them a half-star scoring. We have a 100-plus yards for Percy Harvard, which is a half-star. And on the defensive side of the ball, an interception from Chris Cook gives them another half-star. It's a 2.5-star performance plus 5 upgrade for the Vikings. For the upgrade, I could not find a plus 5 that worked out. I'll just bite the bullet. I'll spot them a point here and give them 6 instead of 5. Taylor Mays for Jamarca Sanford. Mays been an original member of the Raiders team. Technically, with the morale, you know, it is 5 because he's Sanford's a 71 right now. That's why I'll give them a little bit of leeway there. But May's been a, obviously developmental player for us. But, yeah, that's what happens when you lose playoff games. You lose close games. You lose valuable starters. Also, it still technically works out, too, because with the scoring, RG3 had 4 total touchdowns, which should technically be a half-star on top of the half-star for the 2 rushing touchdowns, because he had 2 passing, 2 rushing. So there would give them the 6 to make this a 6. So no matter what way you cut it, it is what it is. So ahead of the Super Bowl, let's see if we have any dev traits up or down on the offensive side. And then it's going to be holding our breath to see if Tom Brady retires or not. So we have Justin Forsett, now a superstar X Factor. So this kind of went along with our plan. Justin Forsett, it was week 12 win over the Chiefs. We rolled a wheel. It was dev trait increase. We gave him to Forsett to go from star to superstar under the assumption with how well he was playing this year, he would get a dev trade at season end. That is exactly what we got. And I want you guys already, let me know right now, what would be the most overpowered abilities we could give the lawman to make him just carry the load, especially, I don't want to keep hyping up, because it's probably 50-50 if Tom Brady retires or not. But if he does retire, we're going to have to run the football. That's going to be our identity next season. So we got that going for us. Jordan Cameron goes from star up to a superstar. That's pretty good. Definitely top 5 numbers as a tight end in the league right now. No other dev traits up or down. On the defensive side of the ball, well, no dev traits up or down. Still don't know the dev trait on Crawford or Jackson or Bruce Irvin. Irvin's probably the interesting one. We'll see that actually when we go to the next week. I'm going to guess star dev for Jackson, star dev for Crawford. Probably star dev for Burfict, but Irvin could be a wild card. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions, defeating the Chiefs. I think almost everyone, even if you're sick of how biased I can be towards the Eagles. Anybody but the Chiefs. Every year. But here's the moment of truth. He's not going out like that. Did you think he was going out like that? One more year of Tom Brady. Now, we do lose Dante Culpepper. Legend within his own right. I'm glad that's the quarterback that retired. Out of curiosity, the final mock draft. Now that we know our draft position has. We're still getting Honey Badger. So Honey Badger, that's a 5-star. Xavier Rhodes is a 4-star. We might be hard-pressed not to go Lane Johnson. If he's falling that far down, I hate our offensive line. But Honey Badger ain't bad either. At corner. Corner is a gigantic... I don't think there's a wrong answer there. But my gut says, screw it, go Lane Johnson. Looking at the players, I have them still start up from the very first episode, which kind of has... So the 5-star players, it will cost us 5 stars. We have banked, right now, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 stars banked. So we're not going to be able to go buck wild here. But players that are cost 5 stars, we have Le'Veon Bell, Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Travis Kelce, Lane Johnson, Terran Armstead, Frederick, Buck Gary Slay, and Honey Badger. The 4-star players go from Juszczyk all the way down here to Xavier Rhodes. The 3-star cost players start at Geno Smith and go all the way down here until Mr. Kenny Vaccaro. The 2 stars start at Gio Bernard and go all the way until UDFA AJ Boye. Anybody else not mentioned will cost 0 stars. And there's probably still a couple meme guys, a couple fun guys that we could go get, but we got a hell of a decision here. Do we go spend 5 on the Honey Badger? Or do we maybe do the less sexy but more needy, that's for how that freaking season ended, and improve the offensive line and go Lane Johnson? So we are now at our pick at 19. Look at the board. It did not follow the mock draft. And maybe that like it answers our question for us. Did not follow the mock draft at all. Deion Jordan was going first, like the last 3 mock drafts. He ends up going 3rd. Lane Johnson goes pick 11. It answers the question for us. It was between Lane Johnson and the Honey Badger. I think we now have a clear favorite. So as far as the 5 stars, we have Le'Veon Bell, but we're good at running back. We have Keenan Allen, which is interesting, but there's a chance that your Keenan Allen and Kelsey's, which it's bizarre to say in the situation. I think we would go Keenan Allen, especially with Jordan Cameron just getting that superstar dev. It's not necessarily overthinking it because this is still like these draft classes. Kelsey's not going to be a 90 superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's probably not going to be a gigantic difference, and we would use Keenan Allen at wide receiver. We got Armstead, we have Frederick, we have Buckton. I mean, we still could go offensive line, but I will have to admit that the less Eagle ties to Lane Johnson, the number 1 position we have to get better is corner. Our corner room got absolutely depleted last year. It felt like every big loss, we were losing a corner. So I think, above all, the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, perfect for pink slips. I guess the question would be, would he be available in the 2nd round to invest as a 5-star investment? I don't think that's a certainty because we're picking mid-2nd round. I'm going to say that he'd probably be gone. Much more optimistic that if we go Mathieu here, maybe a Terran Armstead if we really want to go O-line, but I feel like Allen, Kelsey, Armstead will be available in the 2nd round. I don't think I could say the same for Tyrann Mathieu. And I don't necessarily think this is the only time we go corner. You know, Xavier Rhodes is also there. He's a 4. I mean, he'll probably be gone, unfortunately. But I think any and all. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, all great options for us to improve our secondary, which is a big necessity. But I think our process right now, my logic, my think tank going on is right. We are going to go Honey Badger. We're going to cash in 5 stars to bring him in. But he personifies everything that Raiders football has been built on, the legacy, and our biggest concern right now. If we can't get a lineman, and even with the tackles, Maneri, it's the inside. We need guards. There's no guard worth 5 stars. So we're going to go get the Honey Badger. Number 20 in true value at 19. Hidden dev, 5'9", 186. Can play everywhere in the secondary. That's an awesome pick. It's a great fit as well. Now here's where we need to maybe be conscientious. We have 7 stars remaining. So that means Keenan Allen and Travis Kelce both are 5. We could go get them, but then we're going to have to be... do we try to stretch the remaining 7? Because we can look at secondary needs here. Larry Warford, he costs what? 3. That's a guard. Jensen at center costs 3. Jordan Poyer costs 3. Like, we can get a couple. We can get 2 3s, couple 2s if we really want to. Like Logan Ryan's a 2. Or do we just say screw it? Go at Keenan Allen, which would leave us 2 remaining. Go Keenan Allen, and then we look at maybe like a Manti Te'o, an AJ Boye. It's a very tough decision. Because I would say, look at him, I don't even necessarily need a wide receiver. We have Dwayne Bowe, we have Demaryius Thomas, and Mariani. Like, I feel good. I feel comfortable running it back with those wide receivers next year. Same with tight end. I'm good with our tackles, even though Armstead and Bakhtiari, it's now just, I think we need to value stretching the dollar here a little bit. And Warford at guard, Jordan Poyer at corner. Like, I feel like 2 3s make the most sense right now. And if you're going 2 3s, Like Warford, A run block, elite strength, 41 reps. Does he have a dev trait? Would be the question. Because if we go Warford, like Warford Poyer, Warford Micah Hyde, I think that is improving our team. Even if you go back to Jensen, I don't know what Jensen's rating is going to be. Double A's. Well, there you go. There you have it. Jensen would be a 6 selection. So maybe that's where we go to improve the offensive line. And we go Poyer right now. Double up at corner. Get Rachel Bush in the building. Oh, but look at the ratings, dude. Not in love with that. Plus, he went way later than that. He was an Eagles pick that year. He was like a 6th rounder. Is Micah Hyde a baller? A-zone coverage, a little bit better. Or do we swing for the fence? Like this, it seems like I have no idea what the answer to this is because you always get Kelsey, and then kind of deal with the fallout of, you know, Cameron now becomes expendable. Could be a guy that we look at upgrade, but then it's not a great use of resource management. Do I go Armstead and then kick like Maneri into guard? Can we do that? Would you guys be fine with that? Because Armstead is pink slips personified. You can't get Lane Johnson. Let's get the tackle that ran a 4.5. I'm doing that. Got to. Got to get the best talent. He'll play right tackle. We'll move Maneri into one of the guard spots. We're in the 3rd round. This is going to be our final pick. And as far as star, we have 2 stars remaining. So that is Marquise Goodwin and down. Goodwin is pink slips, but we're pretty good at wide receiver. I think the selection has to be one of these 3 because they're all position need. We have J.C. Treader at center, A run block, A awareness, combine pretty good. You then look at Logan Ryan, who has B zone, C press, couple D's, combine not great. Or you have AJ Boye as a UDFA, and that tracks as B-man, C-press, D-zone, D-catching, combine also not the best. So, if our plan is now to move Maneri into guard, and I know how I'm going to justify that. If people go, oh, that's kind of cheesy, I'm going to justify that. Don't you worry. I think improving the offensive line, if we can get a dev trait on Treader, that'll probably help a lot. So we're going to cash in our final 2 points. From here on out, we have to go UDFA. He needs a haircut in a bad way, but he ends up being a value selection at pick 83, 75 in value, and he rolls a dev trait and a very nice 89 strength. The 4th round for 0 points, we draft Sandra Cummings out of Georgia, 108 in true value at 115, so ends up still being a value pick. Drafted him just because he was the fastest corner, ran 4.4 at 6 feet, 215. 5th round, I want to add some depth to the D-tack room. We have Kwame Gaithers from Georgia, 6'5", 350 with elite strength. So it's, at this point here, if I have to be picking blind with no points, give me guys with elite traits. 6th round, got a great what if. Marcus Lattimore was one of the most hyped up running backs from high school that I remember when I was first kind of starting to get into following the next stage of college football. I was watching college football at this point, but then I was like, oh, let's start kind of digging into the wild world of recruiting. Lattimore was supposed to be the next big thing, had brutal injury history at South Carolina, rough leg, I think his whole leg snapped, and he's kind of been a what if, especially if you followed South Carolina football around that time. So hey, let's throw him in, bring him in as some running back depth. And you know what? He follows me on Twitter, so we'll finish off the draft with the Rick Rogers. I don't think he went to Tennessee Tech. Pretty sure he went to Tennessee. Vol. Take a look at our draft class. Spending all 12 of our stars nets us a 75 dev trait in Tyrann Mathieu, a 76 dev trait in Terran Armstead, who we are immediately going to slide him over to right tackle. And between him and Trent Williams, you can make an argument we have the most athletic tackle duo in NFL history. We got Tracy Treader, 69 dev trait center, kind of rounding out our points here. 67 on Cummings is actually really sick value in the 4th round. He's going to make the 53 given the state of our secondary. Rest of these picks likely just special teamers, but we're happy to bring them on. Look at the rest of the division. In our division, we have the Denver Broncos. They get Cordero Patterson and Giovanni Bernard and Jordan Poyer. These are the players you're always going to look at because these are going to be guys that are going to be up for grabs and very easily stealable. Cardinals, who are also in our division, got Ziggy Ansah and Kenny Vaccaro. So they got some nice upgrades right there. That's, you know, if you're grading it from a stars, that would have cost them 7 stars. And luckily for everybody's peace of mind, the Kansas City Chiefs had an absolute stinker of a draft. So what I'm going to do to make this position switch make sense, I have DeGary, the guy that blew the play. He's still not brutal, right? 26 years old, 76. Gone. Get off my team. I never will be able to remember. And I'm going to move Maneri in, and I bet you he's going to be a lower rating. 76 as a tackle, he likely probably 74. So I will take a downgrade to move Maneri. 76, and he is a 70. Well, he stays the same. But all in all, cost me a guard. Got weaker because, I mean, Maneri could have been upgradable. You know what I'm saying? If we kept him at right tackle, could have gave us a higher ceiling right tackle than a Terran Armstead. So, checks and balances to make this position switch. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We have regression to talk about. Tom Brady loses 20 points. Luckily, throw power doesn't appear to be one of them. But incredibly harsh regression, which has to be, you know, expected as he's now 36 years old. Maybe we're lucky that he still has his X factor, because that can't be said the same for someone on the defensive side of the ball. Our leading tackler, leading interceptions, Levante David loses his superstar dev. Make it make sense. He was in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting, like top 3. The stats that he had last season, are these regressible stats, you guys think? As a rookie, 107 tackles, 13 TFLs, 3 sacks, 3 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 6 PBUs. Fucking insane. We also lost the dev trade on Vontaze Burfict. Because, of course, have that happen. We're going to do everything in our power to negate the regression of Brady. We're going to get a nice silver in pocket presence and give him 1 skill point upgrade to bring him back up to a 93. So with that, we're going to wrap up today's video by previewing the 2014 NFL draft class and break down who is going to be the 5, 4, 3, and 2-star players that we're going to need to bank stars for. And looking at our 5 stars for this class, very easy to come to this decision. We have Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Zach Martin, Khalil Mack, and Aaron Donald. And if we are in an opportunity, you know, that's going to be tough because you're going to have to suck to get those guys. Those guys are very likely, if our team's on the same trajectory that we were on last year, all these guys are probably going to be off the board come our draft pick anyways. 4 stars for this class has to be in relation to the class. So that is why we're going to include Derek Carr, because all things considered, Derek Carr has had a very successful NFL career. We have OBJ, we have Taylor Lewan, Jake Matthews, Joel Bitonio, Jadeveon Clowney, Tank Lawrence, CJ Mosley, Shaq Barrett, and Kyle Fuller for the 4 stars. Got a lot of 3 and 2 stars. It could be open to debate as well. Feel free to leave comments if you think we should adjust someone, if anything's too egregious. I can't be persuaded. But for the 3 stars, we have Devontae Freeman, Brandon Cooks, Jarvis Landry, Allen Robinson, Trey Turner, Corey Linsley. Defensively, we have D Ford, Stephon Tuitt, Anthony Barr, Kyle Van Noy, Bradley Roby, Malcolm Butler, and Clinton Dix. Also, just update, Ryan Shazier will be a part of the 3 stars. We got a whole bunch of 2 stars. We have Blake Bortles, Jimmy G, Teddy Bridgewater, Johnny Manziel. For some of these players, I'm going to combine what we know they did in their career and balance that with what their rating likely is, because these draft classes are still, in a ways, done of what these guys kind of felt like the vibe and reputation coming them out of college. Just like Manziel's not going to be an absolute bust. He's probably not going to be, you know, dev traded up, but he probably won't be like a 62 overall. You'll see that come up in other cases. We have Carlos Hyde, Jerick McKinnon, James White, Sammy Watkins, Kelvin Bender's another one. Probably not going to have a crazy dev trait, but even though he went on to be a bust, at that time he was a highly regarded draft prospect. So we have, and we'll slap a 2-star on him, we have Jordan Matthews, Eric Ebron, Trey Burton, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, Gabe Jackson, Weston Richburg, Matt Paradis, Brandon Linder, Andrew Norwell, Juwan James, Justin Britt, Morgan Moses, Charles Leno, rounding out the 2 stars on offense. On defense, we got Shelby Harris, Timmy Jernigan, Daquan Jones, Christian Kirksey, Telvin Smith, Shazier's a 3-star, 2-star Avery Williamson, Jason Verrett, Bashad Breeland, Calvin Pryor III, Dayon Buchanan, Jimmy Ward, Trey Boston, and Chris Boswell. So 64 total players, quite a pool, but maybe not the same high-end prospects that we had the first 2 drafts. That being said, that's how we're going to wrap up today's episode. We'll be back before too long to kick off the 2013 regular season, and I'm excited to see just how the new finely tuned offensive line will mesh. Whoa, wait a minute. Where is the X factor on 4? How am I just losing dev traits? We got robbed, dude. Every time I look at it, there's someone else that's just lost a dev trait on my team. I was about to say I'm excited to have Justin Forsett be an X factor. Oh, man. So that means we lost dev trait on Justin Forsett. We lost a dev trait on Levante David. Oh, man. That is brutal. Well, anyways, I'm excited to kick back up into pig slips. I hope you guys are as well. Let me know what you guys think about the draft. You think we did well? Where would you have done different? Are there any players you would have potentially pivoted on? Would you say screw it and spent all of the 5-star, as many as we possibly could? Would you have gone Kelsey? Would you said screw it and gone Keenan Allen? Let me know in the comment section below. We'll be back before too long. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you're first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out, love ya. Have a good one.